What's up, YouTube? I'm Brett from Rants or Us. As always, with me on audio is Lance, my co-host. Say hi, Lance.
Hey guys.
And as always, guys, if y'all enjoy our content, don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment down below. We are on the road to 1,000. We hope you guys will help us get there. All right, so George R.R. Martin thinks that all of us are internet assholes. What do you say to that, Lance?
Well, he's a fat douchebag.
No, he's a fat douchebag that it takes him 11 years to write a fantasy novel that in previous years he wrote in 2 years, which he's now 11 years old. There will be, do you realize the kids that were born the day that he finished his last novel will be driving by the time that he gets done with his next book? Like that.
Yeah, I mean, now he's not promising anything because he doesn't want us to be internet assholes, but he's saying that he believes he'll be done by 2022.
I know.
But he said, or 2021, I mean. Yeah. But he said 2020 last year. So, I mean, I don't believe anything that comes out of his mouth. But
I don't actually either, and I'm really getting kind of pissed off at him because it's like he wants to spend most of his time either talking about politics or writing books that no one cares about. Or
I wasn't really mad about it, any of it, until he wants to go around and be like, everybody, all my fans are internet assholes because they're upset that I didn't do what I promised I was gonna do. Well, then don't promise you're gonna do it, and
yeah.
And when you do predict something or promise that you're going to do it, don't get mad at people for wanting you to live up to that bargain.
I know, and to make matters even worse, this is what he even said. He noted. It says right here. He noted that he was nowhere near completion. I need to keep rolling, though. I still have hundreds of more pages to write to bring the novel to a satisfactory conclusion. After giving this update, he then discussed his hopes for 2021, which involved attacking people who were holding Martin to his promise that the book would be completed in 2020. The author wrote, I will make no predictions on when I will finish. Every time I do, assholes on the internet
take that as a promise. Yeah.
I know. And then we'll wait eagerly to crucify me when I miss the deadline. All I will say is that I am hopeful. Now,
we would have never crucified him to begin with if you hadn't been like, oh, I guarantee if I show up to this Worldcon without it, you can lock me in a cabin until I do finish.
I kind of feel like, this is the same guy that he don't mind calling his fans internet assholes, but yet he doesn't like a little bit of criticism himself. And he takes it personal, it seems like. It seems like he is can you imagine, I don't know, J.K. Rowling calling her fans this or that?
Thought about that just earlier when I was reading this article. I was like, I'm a big Harry Potter fan. If J.K. Rowling came out and was like, I'm writing a new Harry Potter book, I'll be done by 2021. Yeah. And then 2022 rolls around, she still hasn't done it. People would be like, screw J.K. Rowling, probably even more harshly than what they are with George R.R. Martin.
I actually feel that way too.
So I'm like,
this to me is the best response to him, and it's from YouTuber Gary, I think it's Buechler of Neurotic. I watch his show all the time, but I've never learned how to pronounce his name. Reacted to Martin's update saying, George, those assholes on the internet are your fans who have made you through a publishing company a very rich man.
Absolutely.
Buechler continued, those assholes have been waiting eagerly for your book. Not to crucify you. You are a writer of science fiction and fantasy. Make believe, pretend. It's not like you are going to the salt mines, buddy. There's a lot of people out there who are really struggling, and I don't think they want to hear how hard it is to write a book that is going to make you millions of dollars. Now, that is so true. That is so true because, come on. We are upset. When I hear the words, George R.R. Martin has hundreds of pages left to go, I think to myself, how do you, after 11 freaking years
Yeah,
do you have
hundreds and
of pages
hundreds
to
of
go?
pages.
Like, you should be telling me that all I got is a
You know,
less.
he said hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of
I
pages,
know.
not just like 150 pages,
I
and
know.
he'll feel confident with it. No, he's got hundreds of pages to go before he feels like it is the ending he wants. And so I'm not sure if we will ever see this book before he passes.
I do not believe we will. I don't think he wants us to. And I'll tell you the reason why I say that is because George R.R. Martin, I think if there was one thing that opened up George R.R. Martin's mind to things, it was Game of Thrones. When Game of Thrones come on, he realized that, oh man, my writing is really scrutinized because I got a lot of incest and rape and all kinds of crap that's in his books, and that didn't fly with the new modern woke crowd. And granted, yeah, some of that stuff is reprehensible, but those were reprehensible people in the book, and it made sense for the book because it was reprehensible. And, but in this woke environment, he was getting criticized for it and all that. And I don't think that he wants to finish his book because I don't think he wants to be criticized for it.
Not just that, like I feel like George R. R. Martin's the type of person that's kind of been like looked down on by people so much that now, like, look, if you really read the Game of Thrones series, you can tell he does not like people.
No, I don't think he does.
You know, and I don't think that he cares one way or another about his fans at all. Like,
you wouldn't ever call your fans internet assholes if you actually, truly, truly wanted them to buy your book. You know, you.
Oh yeah, and that's like for us example. We're not gonna go on here and be like, everybody watching these videos are assholes, and then be like, hope y'all subscribe.
I know.
It doesn't work that way.
Like, look, I get a bad. If we get a bad comment or something on here on Rants or Us, we just say thank you for watching. At the end of the day, you have a right to your opinion, and if you think we suck, then guess what? You think we suck, and there's not a whole lot I can do to change your mind. But you have that right to that opinion. Like, I don't have a right to tell you that, well, no, you suck. Like, no, that's not the way it should work. That's not the way. If you want to make a career in this business or any business, you got to learn to let stuff slide off your back. It seems like George R.R. Martin is not a type of person to let things slide off his back. Seems like he takes it really personal. It feels like he is he's at the end. He's at this time in his career where he just doesn't like his fans, and he doesn't want to give them the satisfaction of giving them a good ending. That's the way I think. That's exactly what I think's going on. At least, what do you think? I mean, is that kind of where you're going with that too?
That's about how I feel about it. I mean, look, he said that he was able to write hundreds and hundreds of pages due to whatever, quarantine well, that was the perfect time. This was the 2020 was a shit year, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But you had the perfect opportunity to complete this.
Yeah. That's the way I kind of feel like. I mean, and it's like okay, the guy on Neurotic is completely and totally right when it comes to things. He's like, this isn't like nothing is lighting the fire underneath George R.R. Martin anymore. He is, if Game of Thrones, I remember when Game of Thrones first came out, I remember him saying, well, I'm definitely going to get these books out before Game of Thrones ends because, they were going to use that book material to continue it on. But then somewhere along the line, he just was like, no, I'm going to let y'all have, 8 seasons? But I don't care. And during that time, I'm not going to write anything for this. Like that. If a Game of Thrones
he said he was gonna.
What will?
He said he was gonna complete this before the series ended. Yeah. The series has been ended for almost 2 years now.
I know. But to me, it's like if they come to me and they said, "Okay, Brett, we've got your book out here. We're gonna make a series out of your book." And we really need you to finish the book so we can continue the series. I'd be like, I'd have that book wrote in a week. Like, I mean, you wouldn't have to, before that thing even went into production, I'd had that book out there. But no, that ain't even light. If that don't light a
Yeah,
fire underneath George R. R. Martin, I don't know what will.
that's kind of what I was thinking, and it's like the last main novel he had published was Dance with Dragons,
And that was
and
2011.
that was released. That's what I was going to say. That was released in 2011.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, what have you been doing for the last almost 10 years?
I almost think he needs like a timer on his computer to let him, that tells him how many days it's been since his last book came out. Well, I mean, I
10
can't
years.
say his
10
last
years.
book
I mean,
doesn't
we're in
really, like,
20.
fire.
We're in 2021. That was 2011.
Mm-hmm.
10 years. I feel like I could have wrote the book in 10 years, and I'm not even an author.
Dude, I feel like if you give me 10 years to do something, I could build you the Empire State Building in 10 years. I feel like if I have the capabilities and the resources like he does, I feel like he's a writer and his main job is to write. And if you can't even be a writer and write, then you can't call yourself on the likes of like Tolkien and all these other great writers. You're just not on that level, man. Like, that's just
No, you're nowhere near that level.
No, I mean, and granted, I'm not one of those that ever puts Martin up into that category of like Tolkien-esque like characters or
no,
writers,
and I mean, but
because
I mean,
whether you love or hate Lord of the Rings, you got to admit the dude was brilliant. They wrote it.
Oh yeah. Now, the way I see it too is, it's been years since he probably wrote anything recently. But I mean, you remember, like, say, high school? How many books do you think Stephen King would put out in 10 years?
I remember. It's funny you brought that up because
Hundreds.
George R.R. Martin actually was in a thing with Stephen King. And George R.R. Martin says, "How do you get these books out so fast?" He said, "By the time," he says, "you have a new book out and I'll have a paragraph out at the same time." Like, he said, that's as slow as what he goes and as fast as Stephen King goes. Because Stephen King actually.
Well, maybe, and maybe George R.R. Martin could get this book finished if he didn't spend, I don't know, 20 chapters telling me what color the curtains are.
Yeah, and that's, look, I'll agree with you on that. There is a lot, and again, I go back to this, but you remember Order of the Phoenix? In Harry Potter. There was a lot of stuff that could have been cut in that. A lot of dialogue, a lot of things. That book should have been a lot shorter than what it really was.
Or at least more interesting.
Yeah, I mean, because, look, there's a reason for editing. I feel like George R.R. Martin has always been given a pass on that. Because it's like George R.R. Martin is like the Zack Snyder of the writing world. He thinks that put everything in the movie.
And as bad as Order of the Phoenix was with all that, I mean, as bad as that book was with all the extra details on things, that's George R.R. Martin in every book.
Yeah. I mean, look, you know what? If I was that far behind in a book, I would be like, maybe while I'm doing this, I might get somebody to edit some stuff down and let's get this rolling a little bit quicker.
Yeah, I mean, I just
see how his publishing company really handles it, because I know when I was writing my books, I was given a certain amount of time, and I had to put. Yeah,
you're given deadlines.
Yeah, and
I need this many chapters by this date. I need this many more chapters by this date. You're given deadlines like this.
Yeah.
I know how publishing companies work.
Dude,
and I don't see how his publishing company, if it wasn't for the fact that they've made so much money off of it, they'd probably be like, "You're done. We're done. We're done." I almost
kind of feel like they should hold, whether you're a big name author or a low name author, I almost kind of feel like you should hold them to the same standards.
I would agree with that. I would agree with that, especially in a world that bitches about equality.
Yeah, I know. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm dead serious. That's so true. Because I'm like, look, everybody's like, hey, man, we're all in this together. No, we're not. No, we're not. Because if you're a millionaire and you got a big name book series, well, you can do and say whatever the crap you want. But yet, little old me that's just got maybe a fledgling book here and there. No, you hold me to the grindstone trying to get a certain amount of books
Absolutely,
out
right,
here.
right.
Like, I mean, come on.
But
Like, that kind
overall,
of stuff drives me
I
crazy.
feel like he attacked us, so we should have the right to attack him. But yet he's
Yeah,
bitching and whining.
I
He's
feel like as
bitching
a
and
fan,
whining that we want him to finish a book that he's been promising for like
yeah.
10 years.
I feel like as a fan of him, I kind of agree with it. I agree with you on that. I feel like that I almost kind of feel like I'm personally insulted by him because I'll admit I've complained a million times here on Rants or Us about these books not being finished. I know you have too. So I mean, yeah,
Yes.
when you say it's an attack, it kind of is an attack on fans that have read his books and watched his series and paid hundreds of dollars on his merchandise and all of this other stuff.
And I mean, it's not like everybody. It looks. It's not like these fans are going and we're going to boycott him. We're not even doing that. We just want you to finish so we can read it. You're still going to get the money out of us, so maybe we're not the assholes here.
Yeah, it's not even like people aren't like, oh, well, I'm not going to, because you've taken so long, I'm not going to read your book. They ain't even threatening that.
Nobody's
All they're
doing
saying
that.
is like, please
I
finish
guarantee
this
you,
book because I want to read it before I die.
if he does finish it, I guarantee you, I'll be up there buying the book.
Yeah, but I mean, I feel like I'm going to be long dead and gone by that time comes. Like,
I feel like he will be for sure.
Well, I know. I mean, George R.R. Martin will be like 130 years old writing this book. I mean, because I mean, that's just kind of the way I feel like it. It's just going to be an endless thing. He's not. It's no doubt in my mind he is not intending on finishing this book, and I think it's all because of the day and age we're in. I think it.
I don't know if he really just doesn't intend on finishing it, or if he just doesn't care if he does or not. I think that he's like, oh, these people are assholes, so I'm just gonna make them wait even longer.
Yeah, it would be kind of almost funny and a real big middle finger to all of his fans if the day that he dies that you actually see these two finished manuscripts over there.
No, he's had it finished for like 8 years.
I'm sorry. I can see
I would
maybe
be pissed.
some poetic justice if that happens. Like,
I would be pissed, but I would laugh about it.
I would be pissed, but I'd be like, touche, George R.R. Martin. Like, touche.
You win. You got the last laugh, buddy.
But overall, I mean, that's pretty much all I got to say on it.
Me too.
Look, George R.R. Martin, I'll still buy your stuff, man. Just buy your books. But, you can call me whatever you want to. But at the end of the day, you know what? If you're not holding up your end of the bargain, you deserve to be criticized. That's the way I look at it. I mean, and I'm not less of a fan for saying it.
And I feel like if you don't want criticism,
don't put yourself
in the spotlight.
Don't take our money.
Yeah, don't put yourself in the spotlight to where people can criticize you if you don't want criticism.
Like, don't go into entertainment business if you don't want to be criticized. Come on. That's the way I feel. But overall, guys, thank y'all for watching, and hope y'all liked the video, and y'all take care. Bye-bye.